Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's Facebook Live. I'm excited to be doing card pulls for everybody as well as moon updates and business updates. I've got super bright lighting going on, so if you see me squinting or like doing like this, it's because of that. I'm gonna start by smudging a little bit. If I have smudge left in this, let's see. And there we go. Hi Nita, welcome to my Facebook Live. I'm just doing a little bit of spraying here. And I'm gonna set up a white light container. So I just want to call in all archangels, ascended masters, divine white light beings that are able to assist with this space. I want to call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Shamuel, Archangel Azrael, Archangel Uriel. You did! I'm so glad, Hilma Rose. Yes, I will get to that in a bit, Nita, so hold tight for that. I always like to talk about some updates with my business as well as what's up current with the moon as well. But I'd love it if you can share this video if you're on. That helps me a ton. It brings people in that maybe couldn't afford to have sessions or just really need healing messages, and it helps a lot of people as well as myself with my business, if you can share. I also want to call on Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, the Egyptian goddesses Isis, Sekhmet, and Hathor. I want to call on White Buffalo Calf Woman. I want to call on Babaji. I want to call on Thoth. I want to call in Lakshmi. I want to call in Ganesha. Thank you so much for sharing, Hilma Rose. Thank you, Nita. Thank you, thank you. I'm also doing a special where if you share the video and I see that you've done so, at the end I'll go through and I'll intuitively pick someone to get a coupon to buy a coupon for a certain percentage off one of my spiritual curriculums. So you both will be entered in for that. In addition, I want to call in my guardian angels, my guides, all of the guardian angels and guides of people who would be present in this live as well as in replay. I'd also like to call on spirit animals, power animals, totem animals of God's white light. And I'd like to call on angels known and unknown to me at this time that walk in God's white light that are willing and able to assist in this space. So with that, this circle is open. I'm going to see if I could smudge a little bit. I was just recording a video actually to go on the Healing Clouds website, the website I'm on, where you can get a free session. So Hilma Rose, I know you've had. Nita, if you haven't had, it's a wonderful opportunity. It's valued at $111, and you actually enter a code and you get it totally for free. The first session with me is free on that site. So email me at, hi Noelle, email me at juliannefay@gmail.com, and I can help you get set up with that. I'll put my email in here. But it was I was just needing to record like a 2-minute introductory video of myself for that. And I have to say, it was so exhausting because I had to do multiple takes, and like, I just really was reminded of why hi Brooke, just really was reminded of why I don't want to do a YouTube channel. It is just like, for every amount of time that you see that somebody's done a YouTube video, it's probably 3 times as long for them to have done outtakes and edited it and so much stuff. Like, it just really depleted me trying to record this 2-minute video. I much prefer the Facebook Lives. I love the one-on-one interaction with you guys. I love the instantaneous feedback. So please look for me on Facebook. I don't know, maybe one day, thank you Hilma Rose, maybe one day I will get into YouTube if I have somebody that can help me with the editing and such, but as for right now, I'm primarily going to be doing my videos via Facebook Live, because it's just so much better. I love the one-on-one interaction and everything, so. But my eyes are a little dry because I had all this lighting going on, so yeah, like I said, it kind of depleted me trying to record that video for them. Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna grab my Palo Santo really quick, be right back. And awesome. Yeah, and I would love it if you guys can share this video. It helps a ton. There should be a button at the bottom that says you can share it. So as far as moon updates go, we are still in Gemini season, or this, the sun is in Gemini, The moon just moved into Aries, actually recently, just a couple hours ago. So that's going to bring a lot more uplifting energy because that's a fire moon with an air sun. So you can expect kind of communication and just activity to get a little bit more active now. The moon was in Pisces for the past couple days. Hi, Lori. The moon was in Pisces for the past couple days, so that was definitely, you know, drowning things out a little bit, perhaps bringing up some types of spiritual lessons or karmic lessons, heavy energy perhaps. On Wednesday, we actually had a slightly nasty transit, which was Venus opposed Pluto. Venus is transiting in Cancer, and Pluto's in Capricorn. It has been for a long time. I think that's all we got for my lighter right now. If anybody has recommendations on refillable lighters, let me know, because I have this Zippo, and it is a pain in the butt. So if you're looking to send me a Christmas gift, lighters are welcome, because I'm always smudging and I always need lighters. I feel like I burn through them so fast. So anyway, let's do this here. So the moon is in Aries, sun is in Gemini. In addition, there's just a lot of very unsettled energy. It's just kind of all over the place. You know, Gemini season can be like that. We'll probably get a little bit more grounded this weekend, but yeah, that's what I would say in general, is just use this fire moon that we've moved into now to kind of step into more active energy. You know, take breaks as you need, because that's fire and air, so it could be like you could burn through it really fast and then have burnout, but you should feel some uplift as compared to maybe earlier this week when the moon was in Pisces and it was pretty heavy. And especially on Wednesday, that was kind of a gnarly day yesterday, with that Venus opposed Pluto transit, kind of a gnarly one where you might have had like slightly destructive energy coming up related to relationships, like maybe tension or endings or things like that, because Pluto pushes us to transform. It's a very powerful planet, and I work with Pluto a lot because it's in my first house in my chart. So even though I'm not a Scorpio, Pluto's a really important planet to me because it's a predominant player in my chart. So anyway, that's the latest moon updates. Business updates, so absolutely I'm on Healing Clouds, and my eyes are so dry, I'm sorry guys. I'm not tired, it's just dry eyes. What was I saying? So yes, I'm on Healing Clouds. I'm still in this amazing healer website. You can get the very first session with me for free, which is super awesome. You can email me at juliannefay@gmail.com, and that's a good way to get set up with that. I'll send you a document. They've made some tweaks to it now, so they're doing testing, like audio visual testing when you sign up, so you should know if your laptop or whatever is compatible, which is awesome. If you've already had a session, please feel free to tell others about it. You know, this is a promotion they could pull the plug on at any time. I have no control over when they'll do that. Otherwise, I am, of course, always doing, you know, sessions with people outside of the site as well. I'm a certified angel card reader, as well as a professional astrologer and a soul coach. Soul coaching is when I combine card readings with astrology. And in addition to all of that, I also am a former teacher, and I'm writing various spiritual curriculums, and I have many of those already for sale, including things like reframing and reflection strategies, sort of mind reset, journaling prompts. I have cheat sheets prepared on various archangels so you can learn about them. I have a longer curriculum called chakra clearing, which takes you from beginner chakra clearing content all the way to advanced, and it includes a half-hour chakra clearing meditation that I've recorded myself, as well as a link out to a separate curriculum on pendulums, the use of pendulums and how to work with them, how to clear energy in a room or within your auric field or on an object using a pendulum. So that's a really epic spiritual curriculum that has a lot packed into it. I would definitely recommend emailing or inquiring about that. You can always message me to my Facebook page inbox as well. So feel free to let me know any questions about any of that. I finished the customized moon reports for June. However, the first new moon of June is not until coming up next week. So if you'd like to still get a moon report for June, a customized one based on your natal chart, that's still an option. You would still be within the window to get it covered for the new and the full moon of the month, so feel free to reach out for that. That's a paid offering as well, where I look at your natal chart and I specifically tell you what the new and full moon for that month will be like according to what's going on in your chart. And I do a bonus card pull for each new and full moon, so lots of people love it. So that's all the business updates, the moon updates. I'm gonna get started with card pulls. So the way that I do this is that I essentially pick for people in the order of which they've commented. I try to, you know, do like first come, first serve. It's really nice if you can ask with love or with respect and just be very clear and direct about your intention that you would like a card pull. For example, Brooke Benson said, when ready, I would also love a card. So that's very clear and direct. I know what that means. Sometimes, and Lakiva said, hi, can I have a card please? That's really great. Sometimes people put like just one word messages and I don't know if that's you giving consent or what. So it's a lot better if you are just really clear and direct about your intention, right? Another lesson kind of from the universe. So I would also love if you can share this video. There should be a button at the bottom that you can do that, and that brings people to the session that maybe wouldn't know that I'm live. They can get a free card pull, they can learn about my services. It's kind of a win for all. So I would love it if you're able to do that. The decks that I'm using tonight, I'm using Healing with the Fairies, as well as Romance Angels. I think I'm gonna grab one more deck. I'll be right back. Let's also do some Animal Tarot, just to lighten things up a little bit. And I think that will be good. All right, so I see some new messages coming in. Just take a peek. Hi, Amy. Well, I'm glad I did, Lakiva, right? It's very important the way that people's names get pronounced, so I always like to check, you know. My first name is actually Julie Ann, and it's 2 words, and I can't tell you how many people chop off the Ann because they assume it's a middle name, and it's not. It's part of my first name. So I understand, and you know, our names have meaning, right? Awesome. Well, I'm glad, Lakiva. Our names have meaning, and it cracks me up. I was actually named after St. Jude, who is the patron saint of lost causes. And I was like, thanks, Mom. Thanks a lot. But I guess it's kind of perhaps somewhat appropriate because I am a healer, right? So I'm helping people with situations in which they feel lost. But it cracks me up, you know. Hi, Pebbles. All right, so yeah, it is pretty cool. Actually, I was on a date last night with this guy, and his middle name was Anthony. He said he was named after Saint Anthony, and I said, oh, like, isn't that the saint that helps you find things? Because there's a prayer to Saint Anthony, right, to help find things that are lost objects. And I said, are you good at helping people finding things? And he was like, actually, I am. So it just really cracked me up because sometimes, like, these little things, you know, even like me being named after St. Jude, and here I am, a healer who helps people. It just cracks me up, some of that stuff, you know. All right, so let's see. So Nita is first. Yes, and what I will do, ladies, so I'm seeing the requests for decks. Usually what I do is I intuitively choose from 2 decks, and I pull 1 card from each deck, and I also do this as just a general what do you need to know right now, just to make it fair to everybody, because if you're looking for something more customized, that would be a specific paid reading. With these free readings, I really try to make it as fair and equal and as seamless as possible. So the general way, that I do it is to keep it general. What do you need to know right now? And I usually intuitively choose which decks. But certainly, if you have a specific desire or intention, you're welcome to write that, and I will do my best to witness it and kind of keep it in my energy as I do pull the cards. So it's not saying I can't use what you've written to inform the card pull. It's just that I'm not doing specific one-to-one things, because I just want to make it fair to everybody and keep it flowing at a nice rate. So, whoops. Yeah, funny stuff. All right, so Nita, oh my gosh, my eyes are so dry tonight. Crazy. like I was saying at the beginning of this video, I was recording this 2-minute intro video for the healer website I'm on, and it just took a lot out of me. Like I had to do multiple takes, and it really, I'm just gonna reset this deck actually while I'm talking to you guys. It really reminded me of why I value my Facebook Live so much more than a YouTube channel because I really thrive on the one-on-one interaction, especially being a former teacher. I'm very comfortable with that. It drained me a lot, you know, so just kind of as a shout out to all the YouTubers out there, there is a lot of effort that goes into creating those videos. You know, there's outtakes, there's editing, there's so much. So even though it might be a 10 to 20 minute video you're looking at, that could have taken them hours to pinch together and put together in some way, right? So just be mindful of that when you're watching those videos, that there is a lot of time and energy that goes into it, you know? So I really like that phrase, we're all doing the best that we can with the awareness that we have, you know, and yeah, it's just a good phrase to remember. Okay, so we're starting with Nita. So Nita, I'm going to pull for you from Healing with the Fairies and Animal Tarot. So let's see, so what does Nita need to know right now? Alright, so we got one there. And we got one, oops, we got two actually from Animal Tarot for you, Nita. So the first one you got is letting go. So this one is about surrender. You could see that she's really just in that open position of saying, I surrender this to the universe, right? And she's reaching up towards the heavens. So this is definitely about calling on your angels, invoking the presence of your angels. I actually found myself doing this a lot today. I had to go to a vet for my dog, and I was concerned about costs and getting to the location and all of these things. And I really did pray a lot before I went and really called on a lot of help. And I definitely noticed signs, like the address of the vet clinic was 444. I saw 555, I saw 333 when I was driving there. So honestly, surrender and prayer can go a long way, especially when you're feeling very overwhelmed about things in your life, and prayer really does work. So this is affirming that, like, let's surrender more these needs and these desires to the universe. Let's call in our angels. Let me check here which one is. Well, normally this would be a past, present, future spread, but I'm actually getting these are equivalent. So I feel like this is your one card message, and then these are almost a dual. And what we have is 7 of Spring, Gecko. Be assertive, believe in yourself, don't let anyone take away your personal power, trust that your inner guidance is true, and follow it completely. So geckos have this ability, right, to like stick to the wall, right? They stick to situations even when maybe it's slippery, or, you know, they even have that like defense mechanism where they can like shed their tail, right, and run away. So I feel like this, and this is 7 of Spring, so this is about truth seeking. In numerology, 7 is a number with truth seeking and spiritual seeking, right, in some way. So there might be something that you're going through, Nita, where you need to perhaps really call in your angels for help and do a lot of surrender, and really just acknowledge, when is it time for me to sort of let my tail hang out and just kind of run away from the situation, right? Not every battle is worth fighting, especially something that you believe in and you know in your heart is so true. You don't have to justify that to people, right? This is like a huge lesson. We don't have to justify our belief systems to people. We can just stay in our own certainty, in our own heart, and know the truth, right? And also the intention that we bring into situations can really change the outcome. For example, this vet visit that I went to, I had done a fair amount of research about what I was going in for. So I was fairly assertive about my needs and what I was looking for. And I definitely feel that that affected the outcome of what came out of it. I felt like it was more productive. I didn't kind of get bossed around or made to feel uncomfortable about what I was asking for. And I think that that's kind of what we have to do sometimes, especially as women. You know, we have to really channel that divine feminine strength and know, when is it time for me to kind of stick to the wall, right? When do I have to be sticky about my needs? And when do I have to recognize that this is a battle not worth fighting and kind of just move on, right? The other card you got here, which I feel would go in tandem with this, And again, I'm really just doing 2 cards, but it just worked out. If some of you get 3 cards, it's the angels want you to have 3 cards for whatever reason. You got 9 of Summer, Pomeranian dog. This one says, now's the time when your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still yet to come. So this one is cute because you could see the Pomeranian, he's like really happy dog. We've got this little genie lamp, so it's like this is a time for wishes coming true, and there's all these toys all over the floor, right? So it's like the energy of this card is very happy, it's very exciting. What I'm getting though is that because this is the 3rd card in this process, this is something that you're working towards. So perhaps you already know that there's better things coming ahead, but maybe you're just in this kind of sticky situation right now, which requires you to do a lot of surrender and acknowledge when you have to surrender to God, when you have to pray, when you have to be assertive about the situation, and really keep your eye on the prize, what's coming up ahead for you in terms of better things ahead, right? I think that that is pretty much the full scope of that message and what it's really providing for you right there. So that was a really good 3-card spread for you, Nita. I hope that was helpful. I'm seeing, hi Jade, I see you. Lakiva, I see your request. Lawanda, I'm not quite sure if you're saying you'd like a card pull there, so just let me know more specifically. And I'm gonna scroll back up to the top here and see where we're at. So we helped Nita, and let's see. So Nita, I see you have here, wow, how. If you're referring to the free session on Healing Clouds, send me an email. And to here, julieannfaye@gmail.com, and I will send you a sign up or a document that details how to sign up for that free session with me on the Healer website. It's a great opportunity. Through video chat, you actually get an hour with me pulling cards and coaching for free, so take advantage. Okay, great. Well, I'm glad. I am glad. Okay, so let's go back up here, and for some new people on, if you're able to share the video, that helps me so, so much. I'd love it if you can do that. And let's see where we're at. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Venus. All right, so Hilma Rose, I'm gonna pull for you next. Does Hilma Rose need to know right now? Let me check here. I think I took my pendulum with me today. Hold on. Sometimes I have pendulum days where I can tell that I'm just not quite as precise, and that's when I want to pull out my pendulum and really kind of utilize that just to double check. Okay. Does Hilma Rose need to know right now? Oh my gosh, another 2 cards so another 3 cards for Hilma Rose. We'll see if that's a theme tonight. So for you, Hilma Rose, you got chemistry from Romance Angels. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So this could be related to some type of new person coming in your life. This is a little bit more of a romantic bent, so I don't know if you've met someone or bumped into someone since we spoke last, or maybe that person is coming, so kind of keep your eyes open and your mind and your heart open to somebody new kind of entering in the picture. But this is saying that it looks good as far as chemistry goes. Let's see what the other cards are if we can kind of weave this together. Then you have Queen of Spring, which is talented, brilliant, independent, charming. Persian cat, don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. So, okay. Well, this could be perhaps maybe the lawyer you're working with. Maybe it's affirming that this is a good match for you. You know, it's the people you have around you supporting you with the things you're going through. This one I feel is saying there's multiple things going on. I know we spoke about several different life areas when we were last together and how to really integrate those, you know, and even though they're different life areas, there's kind of a common theme running through them. So I feel like this card is affirming that you can do this, right? You really, really can do this. You can actually cross off multiple boxes at once, right? Related to health and the different things, the different aspirations you have. So I feel like that's really affirming that. And I think the chemistry card is perhaps the lawyer and some of those things, the people that you've picked out to help you with some of these goals. I think that that's what that's about. It's just affirming that it's really good chemistry for you. Then you got the sun, number 19, bluebird. Your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments you so richly deserve. And you can see here that the bird has this beautiful blue coloring with the orange, right, and the yellow. So this is a lot of solar plexus healing. This is also throat chakra healing and also sacral chakra healing, right? So sacral, solar plexus, and throat chakra healing there. I love this card so much. So this is the card of new beginnings, things going well, things working out as planned. You're so welcome, Hilma Rose. And let me know if it's Hilma Rose or just Hilma, because my first, like I was saying earlier, my first name is 2 words, so I'm not sure if yours is 2 words as well. But yeah, I feel like this is affirming that, you know, what you're working with, maybe also with the lawyer and such, it's going to go well. I just really get the sense that it's going to be so throat chakra healing for you. I think it's going to heal energy from the throat chakra as well as the sacral chakra, what you're pursuing, as well as maybe the other things too, because you got that Queen of Spring card, which is all about like multitasking, but kind of also being like on your throne, right? Hilma Rose. I like Hilma Rose too. I concur. Good stuff. All right, well, that was really good for you, Hilma Rose. Yes, I definitely understand. If we connect again, I know I had emailed you some follow-up items. Let me know if you didn't get that email. But I can definitely relate to having to speak up to situations and people that have misused their power, and it's not easy, but it sure as heck heals the throat chakra, and it really does heal the energy down the ancestral lines. So you'll experience the energy of that after you are in it, and yes, after you're doing it, the work, you'll really start to witness how it's healing in multiple levels, kind of dimensions in space and time. It's really interesting, kind of how that works. I have a story I can share with you when we connect next. It's coming to mind, but it's very intense and detailed to go over in this Facebook Live. So best to do it when we connect. All right, so let's see here. Who is next? All right, Brooke Benson, if you're still here, I'd love to do a card pull for you. And then Lakivo, you'll be next. And I'd love, love, love if anybody's popped on and they're new or just hasn't had a chance yet, if you can share this video. I'm going to sound like a broken record with that, but it helps so much. You're so welcome, Hilma Rose. It helps so much to bring people to the session that maybe don't know that I'm live. Oh, I love that, Brooke. I love that so much. Would you still like a card pull, Brooke? Let me know. And Jade Smith, I see you. I usually go in the order of like first come, first serve, so I'll get to you. I feel like going down to the river to pray should be a song lyric, or like a song, I don't know. It's gotta be something with a song. Okay, awesome. All right, so let's see. So what does Brooke need to know right now? I had a feeling we needed fairies. So we got for you, Brooke, Happily Ever After. Such a good card. So this is kind of about like that beautiful fairy energy, that fantasy energy. There's a unicorn there. There's all these like mythical creatures, and then there's sort of this opening, right, with like the sky and like the green grass. So this is definitely similar to the sun card in many ways, from that other deck, right? These are similar energies. So this is just affirming like things opening up, kind of understanding the mysteries of life, the magic of life. You're starting to really sense and feel that right now. And then the other card you got is Dreams Coming True. Damn, girl. So, is it a song? Well, definitely send me the song. I want to hear it. Then you got Dreams Coming True. So this is definitely, you know, what I'm also getting from this is you're connecting to the fairy energy right now too. I think that that's going on for you in a big way. So I feel like there's some really good stuff coming up for you, Brooke, some exciting stuff in your life, whether it's present in the here and the now or moving forward. But these are really good cards. So I'm very excited for you, and kind of fairies are saying yes, be open to us, work with us, honor us, respect us, call us in. So when you go down to the river, call in fairy energy, and really, you know, you could bring a journal and see kind of what messages come through, and just be excited for what's coming or what's present right now, because it looks like some really good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's see where we're at. Oh, Anita, I didn't realize you're a first timer. Welcome. Let's see. So I think Lakiva was next. Lakiva. There we are, Lakiva. Okay. Hi, Lakiva. I'm going to pull for you now. You're so welcome. Well, that's good. I like that, Brooke. Yeah, going outside is so healing on many levels. You know, it really is, because especially dwellings, they store energy, right? So if there has been... Oh, hi, Jade. Well, welcome. Nice. That's so awesome. Love that. Cassie, I witness you. Alvin, I witness you. I go from the order of first come, first serve, so I am going linearly through from the beginning, so just hang tight. So before I lose track of who's next. So yeah, Brooke, I think that's really awesome, and just what I was saying is that the dwellings, they store energy. So when there's been like an argument, or just even if you've been in a bad mood, that can get stored in the space. That's why it's important for us to have practices to clear our chakras, to clear our energy, to clear dwellings. I go over that a fair bit in my chakra clearing curriculum. I'm just gonna take a sip of my pink lemonade. Hold on. It's like fairy juice, right? Pink lemonade. So yes, going outside, the energy doesn't contain itself when we go outside. It's dispersed, right? It has the ability to ground itself, to re-alchemize itself. So when we go outside, it's truly like an energy uplift, just like that. So going outside is very important. All right, so Lakiva, let's see. So what does Lakiva need to know right now? All right, so for you, Lakiva, from romance, you got religious factors. It says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So let's see what the other card is here. And then you have kindness. This is so funny because the woman on this card looks to me like Cher. You guys gotta see. Does that not look like Cher or what? Anyway, just some oracle card humor. But, you know, this card is about kindness to yourself and others, kindness to all beings. So, because I pulled this from romance and you have it with this, what I'm wondering is perhaps related to romance, or this could just be like co-workers, bosses, etc. There might be people around you that either are being unkind to you or maybe disagree with you in terms of your belief systems. And what I'm getting is that the fairies are nudging you to say it's through, a lot of times we have to actually give to ourselves what we need, what we want others, right? We have to be in the energy of what we want more of. So if we're wanting more kindness in our life, we have to be kinder to ourselves, and we also have to be kind to other people, right? But especially when it comes to love and self-love, we really have to bring that energy inwards to ourselves so that we can manifest people that are a vibrational match to where we're operating at, right? It's people that are not loving themselves that are sort of matching to people that maybe are more cruel or abusive to them, and it's a reflection of the vibration that person's putting out, and that they have to love themselves more and put out a higher vibration of worthiness to have other people that are of greater worth to be with them on their level. So I don't know if sometime right now you have people around you that maybe are doubting your interest in spirituality or maybe are poo-pooing it in some way, but this is just really affirming that through you loving yourself through this, you're going to attract people that believe in what you believe in, right? And look at the kind of community of people we have going here. Maybe there's somebody in this feed that's catching your attention and maybe you want to connect to them, you know, or I'll just put that out there. If there's anybody in this feed that feels called to connect with Lakiva, you know, please, by all means, guys, use my Facebook Lives to find other like-minded souls. It's just such a wonderful opportunity to, you know, for you guys to connect with each other too, right? Because you could be in different parts of the country and maybe not know that the other person exists, but they could become an amazing friend for you to message with, you know, virtually. I have many friends like that, and they're super important to me. So anyway, that's what all that's about. Kindness and really bringing in people that are like-minded, that share common belief systems with you. I'm so glad, Lakiva. Thank you for telling me that. And Lakiva, if you're interested, I'm on this healer website, and you can get the first session with me is totally for free. It's really awesome. It's, if you email me at juliannefay@gmail.com, you can get that set up. I give you a document with all the details and all that, so feel free to think about that. Doesn't it look like Cher Castellan? I know. Hold on, I'm just gonna move my fan because I'm overheating a little bit. Okay. Awesome. I'm so glad, Lakiva. And guys, also, if I don't reply to your email right after the live, it's just because after I do a Facebook Live, I typically need to ground and sort of like isolate myself just a little bit, because I'm also grounding out the energy of all the people I've helped. So don't take it personally, like if I don't reply right away. It's just, you know, I will definitely get to it within 24 hours. All right, so let's go back up here and see where we're at. So, all right, so Cheryl Walgren, Cheryl, you're next. What does Cheryl need? Whoa, we already got 2 for you, Cheryl. 3. That was fast. All right, so let's see what we got here. U for Cheryl, U for Cheryl, Cheryl. All right, so for you, Cheryl, we've got 3 as well. So we have, first card is, that's okay, Amy, you're perfectly on time for where and when you need to be here. So for you, Cheryl, the first one we have is Awakening, number 12, which has this super cute giraffe who's kind of like, you know, giraffes are really tall, right? So he's kind of like, you know, looking down from like up high. And it says, look at things in a different way and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will soon start moving again. So this can be a card of spiritual awakening. This also can be a card of, you know, there's actually a card from my energy oracle deck called Adjacent Possibilities, which has essentially like a trap door on the floor, whereas there's like this light at the end of the tunnel and these windows open on the sides. And the energy of that card is about people expecting for the solution to be at the end of the tunnel. But what they don't realize is that maybe there's a trap door from the floor that opens up that actually is the answer to your, you know, to your problems, right? And this card is about that. It's sort of being prepared for perhaps some type of creative solution coming to you related to an issue or problem that maybe you weren't expecting, or maybe is a little bit out of the ordinary, but it's you just being kind of awakened to it. I know that that's been happening to me recently. I was talking earlier in this live about my dog and how I needed to take him to a vet, and cost is a major issue, and I was praying about it, and I love going to Whole Foods, and one of my favorite cashiers at Whole Foods just spontaneously started telling me about this amazing vet that she took her newborn puppy to, and how amazing he was. And I looked up the address, and the address of the vet was at 444 Broad Street, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And there was a lot of other synchronicities too, so that was like a perfect example of, for me, a little bit of an awakening, just witnessing that the prayers were being answered, just not in the way that I was, you know, here I had been doing all this research, calling different ones, getting different quotes and things like that. And you know, so it's just keeping your eyes and your heart open to sometimes these awakenings that come forward like that. Then you have the High Priestess, which has the energy of the owl, which is all about wisdom, right? Wisdom. This can also be about journaling, going inward. This also carries the energy of the moon, the cycles of the moon, and transformation, maybe through the throat chakra, because this is blue. You know, this says it's a time for you to pause and reflect, not to take action. Trust in your spiritual gifts, as nothing is hidden from your divine intuition. So you have, after this need for prayer and being open-hearted to perhaps creative ways to have this issue be resolved, you have the need to kind of now say to the universe, okay, maybe it's a need for now is the time for me to be still and to receive, to be open, right? If I wasn't in a receptive state to witness what that cashier was telling me and to receive that, I might not then have had the courage to take action on it, because after that you have number one, the Magician, which is very much like an alchemical card of like, okay, let's go now, you know, like it's go time. And this is, there's magic in the air. You can manifest everything you need to be successful. I'm not sure if Cheryl is still here. I had the urge to kind of check that. So Cheryl, if you're here, let me know. Otherwise, hopefully she catches this on replay. Because you have some really nice cards coming forward for you here, Cheryl. So, okay, great. So yeah, for you, Cheryl, we've got Awakening. Then we have the High Priestess, which is after we're kind of receptive, after we're kind of casting a wider net or being more open-minded about this solution, let's now be receptive. Let's go inward to receive what's coming forward. And then once we've done that, then we can begin to move forward and start to really take action on it. So hopefully that was helpful to you, Cheryl. That was a really juicy 3-card spread, so hopefully you enjoyed that. And let's see who's next. I'm just gonna spray a little bit here. All right, I see a hi. Let's see who that. Hi, Sandra Brown. It has been a million years, it feels like. I have a tendency to exaggerate, by the way, so all right, let's see. There we were. Cheryl. Lawanda, if you're here, let me know. And then it looks like Jade Smith will be next. Lawanda and then Jade. You got it, Sandra Brown. When I get to you in the feed, I will be more than happy. So Lawanda, if you're still here, leave a message, let me know so that I can pull cards for you. And I'd love it if you can share this video. It helps me so much. It helps people come to me. Awesome. Yeah, Cheryl, shoot me an email is the best way to do it. You can do it by going to the website. It's healingclouds.com. You have to go to Browse Practitioners. You have to find me. I'm under Julianne Faye. And there's a free promo code you have to enter, which is free healing in all caps. There are a few steps. So I have actually outlined this in a Google Doc step by step. With my teacherish abilities, it's just become an easy way for people to do it. So I would definitely recommend emailing me, because I can send you that Google Doc and you can just do it step by step, and it's all laid out for you there. So shooting me an email is the best way to go. It's also important I have your email because it'll be easier if you have quick questions, follow-up questions, or if we need to make a time change or something like that. It's actually better that I have your email to communicate with you outside of the site too. So that's what I'd recommend. All right, so Lawanda, I'm not sure if you're still here. And looks like Jade is though. So Jade, I'm gonna pull for you. Lawanda, if you're here, let me know and I'll pull for you after Jade. All right, so let's see. So what does Jade needs to know right now? Good stuff. All right, so for you, Jade, we have Worth Waiting For from Romance, which says divine timing is at work in your love life. So this is very much the card of somebody really good is coming. It's just we need to be a little bit patient, and it's going to be worth the wait. Now keep in mind that card could also be applied to perhaps like a new job or a new house or a move in some way. It doesn't have to be exclusive to just romance. The other card you have is Self-Reliance, which is about really feeling safe to be vulnerable, right? If you notice, she's like a naked fairy, right? But she's got this very like beautiful divine feminine energy to her, where even though she's naked, she's very strong. So I feel like right now it's actually a time for you to really be in your sovereignty as a woman and really just be just reveling in your goddess nature, right? And just really trusting in the universe that better things are coming, that somebody that's really worthy of you and deserving of you to treat you well is coming. And I feel like through you being more self-reliant, that's going to make you more attractive and receptive to the person that will be a good match for you. Just on a personal note, I can share that one of the ways that you can really tap into this energy of self-reliance and just that kind of juicy divine feminine nature is to actually, in the evening, I swear this really is helpful, lock your bedroom door, take off your clothes, put on some jams in your ears, like put on something amazing to listen to, and dance naked. I swear it is so healing. It will really get you in touch with your body. It'll let you feel just so free. You know, in ancient times, right, they would have like the rites of Beltane in the pagan tradition. They would have these festivals, right, where there was this like no holding back, like just allowing ourselves to be free, and our sexuality and our goddess nature and our god and goddess nature, right, men and women. So that's always been something that's been a part of sort of like ancient rites, but in modern day society that's not really acceptable in public life, right? So but the energy of that is still very powerful. So I have been practicing this at night, and honestly, it is an amazing time to just get in touch with yourself, to just really revel in your body, loving yourself, moving energy. Actually, when you're doing that, you're also clearing energy, and you also can use that time to visualize and manifest what you'd like. If you need any recommendations for music, like I'm on Spotify a lot. Recently I was listening to Jessie J. She has a new song called Queen, which I would recommend checking out. I would say yes, if you know that's an intuitive hit you're getting. I'm wondering if maybe there's some separation, if you guys are long distance, or like perhaps the person had to go away and they're coming back. That might be what that's about too. It's like maybe you met someone, but there's like a little bit of obstacles right now, and it requires you to be a little bit self-reliant while they're a little bit distant, but it will be worth it in the end to kind of hold strong for them to kind of come back with you in some way. Maybe that's what that's about. And also, like I said, any of these messages that come through for people, even if it's specific to one person, if it's resonating with you, the tips and the tricks that I'm sharing, please take it. You know, everybody's present here together. I believe people come together for a reason, and that the angels piggyback the information so people can hear things that other people are hearing. So, good stuff, good stuff. All right, so let's see here. Who is next? Alvin, if you're still here, let me know. I'd love to pull a card for you. And then Cassie would be next. So let me know, Alvin, and then Cassie, if you're here, either one of you. I'd love to do a card pull. You're so welcome, Jade. And like I said, I'm on this healer website. Right now, the first session with me is free. So in an hour's time, I can go so much deeper, right? With this, I'm just doing like just a general card pull. So if you're interested in that, you really have nothing to lose. It's a free session. And you'll also help me out because at the end, it'll prompt you for a review. So you can leave a review on the site for me. And that could be perhaps very helpful too, because we could dive deeper into it there. So I believe it was Alvin, and then Cassie, if you're here. Francis, this is the first time I'm seeing your request for a card read, so I'll add you to the queue. It looks like you changed your Facebook picture too, so I'm not sure what that is. It looks like something like familiar. I don't know. All right, let's see where we're at. So I don't think that Cassie or Alvin are here anymore. So let's see who's next. And Amy, if you're here, let me know. I'd love to do a card for you. Trying to figure out who would be next. So it looks like Alvin and Cassie may no longer be here. So we're looking at Amy and Sandra. Whoops. All right, so Amy is here, so let's do a card pull for Amy. What does Amy need to know right now? Not from this deck. Not from this deck. This deck. Well, bam, right away. We got engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And we also got flirt. Which is extend your lighthearted energy to others. What I'm wondering for you, Amy, is are you considering at all perhaps like maybe some type of vow renewal, or maybe some type of like getaway or excursion with your partner? Maybe that's what this engagement, the higher level of commitment, is about. And also really bringing in more of that romance into it. So if you are thinking about doing some type of getaway, this would be a great opportunity for you to get into that playful, flirtatious energy. Or maybe it could be something simple like going to like a tantric sexuality workshop together, right? Or just something juicy. But I feel like there's a need here for like, or at least it's in your energy upcoming, maybe a need for like some type of commitment with each other that's going to allow you to be more flirtatious with each other and kind of bring that excitement and that juiciness back into the relationship in some way. Love that. Love that. So good. All right, so I think Sandra Brown is next. So Sandra, if you're here, let me know. All right. So Alvin is here. Sandra, if you're here, let me know, because I'll pull for you next, and then I'll come back to you, Alvin. Doing my best to try to keep it in line with who's present and all of that. So Sandra, let's pull for you next. What does Sandra need to know right now? All right, so you got make music. Oh, okay, are we good? All right, it looks like it went out for a little bit, but I'm back. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? Let me know. Let me know if you guys can still see me and hear me okay. There was a pop-up about the connection, but it looks like we're good now. Okay, good. All right, so make music. So I feel like this is about the power of music to help you move energy. Kind of like how I was talking about the whole like naked dancing, right, with like doors closed kind of thing. Just really kind of helping move the energy, and music can be a very powerful tool for that. As well as King of Spring, Katanga Lion. And this one is inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, wise. Now's your moment to step up to a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful so long as you stay focused upon the big picture. So this is about, okay, awesome. Thank you guys for the confirmation. This is about very much like standing in your pride, and also knowing when it's time to be strong and stand tall, and also when it's time to honor the little things, right? You could see the lion here is looking at like the little bird in the tree, and the lion has crowned himself. So this is also about crowning yourself in your sovereignty and really embodying your self-worth and your power, right? Your ability to be a powerful manifester and to be just a really sovereign being, right? And also your worthiness as, you know, having that God spark within you. So I feel like maybe there's something going on where you don't feel as worthy, or you don't feel like you're as creative of a manifester right now, Sandra. And the fairies are saying, let's use the power of music to really help move the energy. Music has the ability to literally move energy. It can help us cry when we need to cry, get into different feelings. It can help us just get into like moving the body, right? Moving the chakra systems, especially helps with the root and the sacral chakra, because there's a lot of energy that can get stored in those two, and especially like moving the hips and moving everything, right? It really opens up those chakra systems, especially the lower ones. And if you want to sing while you're doing it, you're going to bring it up into the throat chakra. So music for you, Sandra, and dancing. All right, so Alvin, if you're here. Okay, yeah, that can work too, for sure, Sandra, for sure. I did dance for like almost 10 years when I was younger, so for me, dancing is my jam. Some people it's painting, some people it's singing, kind of depends what your needs are. All right, so let's see here. So Alvin, if you're still here, let me know. And otherwise, I am, all right, so let's pull for you, Alvin, and then I'm just gonna open it back up. If you guys, if you're on the live still and I haven't pulled for you, leave a comment below so I can see that you would still like a card pull. All right, so let's see, what does Alvin need to know right now? All right, so for you, Alvin, we got financial flow, which is just really about getting into kind of communion with the universe about the fact that there is more than enough out there, right, to come to you. And it's really just a matter of you kind of getting into that creative flow where you're receptive to it. The other card you got is wedding. This situation involves marriage. So what I'm getting from this is that perhaps it's time for you to sort of almost like make a marriage contract with the universe about your worthiness and how much you want to receive. I don't know if you have your own spiritual business, Alvin, or maybe if there's some type of passion project you're working on that you would really like more funding for. There is great power in written word and spoken word through intention. So if you do have something like that going on, it might be really great for you to actually write a business plan. And I know I did this once. I'm actually probably way overdue to go review it, where I clarified, you know, this is my business mission statement. This is how much I want to make per week, per month. This is how I want it to go. That can be so powerful, right? Is creating that contract with yourself and the universe. And that's going to really also help you get clear with the universe about the financial flow and how to bring that abundance in. So very good cards for you there, Alvin. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, so Cassie, I will pull for you next. And Francis, I'm not sure if you're wanting a card pull, so just let me know more explicitly if that's what you're interested in. All right, so let's see. So what does Cassie need to know right now? So let's do a little bit of spray here. Just going clear. What does Cassie need to know right now? All right, so for you, Cassie, you're welcome, Alvin. For you, Cassie, you got Ace of Spring, White Tiger. A wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may have come as a surprise, but you'll still want to leap into action and passionately pursue every possibility. So this is a cool card. You know, White Tigers being more rare, right? This is about really seizing like kind of a rare opportunity that's maybe come forward. Ace kind of meaning that it could come about suddenly and it's sort of like a one-time, or not necessarily a one-time thing, but it's like a very unique opportunity that's presented to you that maybe won't come again if you decline it, right? So this is about really kind of seizing the moment, seizing the opportunity as it comes forward, and also will come about kind of like fresh and new, like the energy of spring. The other card you got is parenting and children. So maybe it's an opportunity that relates to helping kids in some way, or it's an opportunity to help you if you do have children. This could also be like pets as children, etc. But maybe in some way related to helping kids or something like that. So Francis, I do not do specific requests through this. That would be a paid reading. I do just general card pulls. What do you need to know right now? So for you, Cassie, that's what you're getting there. So hopefully that's helpful to you. We have this really kind of unique opportunity coming forward, and we have parenting and children. So perhaps something related to kids if you have them, or helping kids in some way. This could also be helping people connecting with their inner child in some way, or you yourself healing your inner child. Could have many different meanings. So feel free to, if you're comfortable, you can share some details in the chat, and I could always see if I have more messages that come through from that. So, so Francis, I will pull a card for you. see what we got. So what does Francis need to know right now? Okay, and Twyla, I'm not sure if you just say like, yes, I would like a card pull, or I'm pretty sure that's what you're saying, but I always like to make sure I have consent because I do not give unsolicited readings to people. So Francis, you have Ace of Summer, which is Dove. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. This may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. So this definitely could be like a possible new romance coming into play. You could see here that the fountain has like water energy coming through, so there's some emotions coming about it. It's kind of exciting, right, with that bird of peace there. But then interestingly, okay. But then interestingly, we have in the present position 5 of Spring, which is the Ram. And it says occasionally, this is kind of the energy of a little bit of conflict and literally butting heads. This could also be Aries energy. Perhaps the person is in Aries, or maybe their moon's in Aries. And it says occasionally you may experience clashes with others. If you decide the matter is worth your energy, then do what you can to minimize the conflict without sacrificing your goals or beliefs. So what may have happened is that you met someone, but perhaps some anger energy came up or some conflicting energy with them that's causing you to now maybe rethink the situation. The future card you have is 2 of Spring. Pelican, your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist in your endeavors or expand the number of people helping you. So this card has much more of a peaceful energy. You can see the pelican kind of like smoothly going across the water. You could see that there's another pelican in the sky. So this is an energy about partnership, but I am also noticing that there's some separation between the pelican that's on the water and the one that's in the sky. So what I'm wondering is if this is related to romance. Perhaps some new person did come into your life. There was a bit of butting heads and some conflict. This could have even been a business partner as well. It doesn't have to necessarily be romantic, or it could have been a new friend. There was perhaps some type of conflict with this person that came up, and I feel like the solution to it is maybe a little bit of separation at this time. For you to kind of sail through your emotions, for them to kind of maybe go into the intellect, maybe, or vice versa. Maybe they need to cool off and you need to kind of just soar above. So that's what I'm getting for you, Francis, is a little bit of separation right now is going to heal some of that conflict that's coming forward. So pretty direct messages for you there. If somebody can let me know how long, I actually can't see. I think it was at 52 minutes like before, how long I've been going. I try to only do my lives for about an hour. Sometimes give or take I go a little bit over. So I'm probably near to the end here soon. Yes, and I'll just do some more plugs. Okay, Twilight, totally got that. And for you, Pebbles, as well, happy to pull cards. Yeah, so I'm a certified angel card reader. I'm also a professional astrologer, and I'm also a soul coach. That's when I actually combine my card reading skills with also my astrology work. And, you know, I do private sessions via the phone. I record them, so you can listen to them again and again. In addition, I also am on a healer website, and you can get a actual video chat session with me doing card pulls for an hour, and the very first session with that is free. They have a promo going on where you can get it for free, so please email me at julieannfaye@gmail.com if you're interested in that, and or any of the things I'm mentioning here, and I'll be happy to discuss with you how to get started. In addition, I also am, oh, my selfie light died. I'm also a former teacher, so I've been writing various, just wanted to check I spelled that right, I did. I've also been writing various spiritual curriculums, and I have a number of them. Well, Francis, be very careful of what you say after the words I am. In fact, Wayne Dyer has an entire book on this, so I don't want to see this again, the way that you've written that. I think there's a way you can rephrase it. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'd like to see you really actually acknowledging your worth in some way. I don't want to ever see those 3 words put together. And I say that with love. So yes, I've also been in the process of writing various spiritual curriculums, And I have a number of those which are more affordable offerings. These are digital documents where I have teachable things in them. So right now I have reframing and reflection strategies, which is basically journaling prompts that help you reset your mind and kind of your heart. I have a curriculum called chakra clearing curriculum, which is very detailed, takes you from beginner chakra clearing techniques to advanced, including a link out to a document on using a pendulum and how to clear objects, auric fields, and small spaces with a pendulum. In addition, that also contains a guided meditation in there to clear chakras. It's about a half hour long, so it's really juicy audio in that. And what else do I have? I'm actually writing out a whole menu of services because my list of things that I'm developing is growing. So I'm in the process of also working on that. But generally, if you're going to do a session with me, intuitively, I'm kind of going to go in and see what makes sense for you in terms of follow-up support tools and things like that. So you're welcome, Francis. All right, so let's see where we're at. So Twyla, am I saying that right? Let me know if I'm saying your name right. So Twyla, if you're still here, let me know. I'd love to do a card pull for you. Okay, good. All right, so let's see. What does Twyla need to know right now? Woo, we got two. All right, so for you, Twyla, you got Deception. This is never a fun card to get for romance, but it's powerful. So it basically says that somebody in this interaction, somebody in this relationship is maybe not fully into it, or maybe they're not revealing themselves fully. Sometimes this can be a card of like one person having hidden aggression issues or perhaps even a hidden agenda. This could also be you just not being into it. You're not into it and you're not really admitting that to yourself. You know, you're trying to make it work, but you're really not into it. And sometimes that comes from the fact that we are uncomfortable with being alone and we want to be coupled with somebody. But it's actually worse for us to be coupled with somebody that's not a vibrational match, right? It's actually healthier for us to be in our own energy and loving on ourselves so we can attract somebody that's worthy of us, right? Which it's interesting that worthiness has been a theme this Facebook Live. Because the other card you got is Attraction, which says you attract love by enjoying this moment fully, right? And you can see her there with the roses. So this card is very much about loving yourself. This is like the energy of buy yourself some flowers, treat yourself to some beautiful things, take yourself out on a date. And as you do that, as you begin to love yourself more and more, you're going to begin to dissolve away the energy of people manifesting that maybe are not good vibrational matches to you. And I personally can attest, I've newly started dating again in the past several weeks. I've been on a dating app and I have like had crash course of like so many lessons just in a matter of weeks. And definitely when people show you who they are fairly quickly, usually within about a week, you'll see like if there's aggression issues or things like that. You'll see like if you're talking to them and they get triggered or there's issues that come up, and really pay attention to that and don't be dismissive of it, because that is the universe kind of showing you the person what they're vibrating at. And if it doesn't resonate with you and you try to shove it down anyway and say, you know what, I'm just gonna forego that, whatever that was, and I'm still gonna hang out with them, that's when you're sort of deceiving yourself and saying, you know what, maybe I'm not into it. And really you have to go back. When that happens, you have to take a step back, you have to cut cords, and you really have to go back to loving yourself, because what you're needing to do is basically reset the dial and say, you know what, universe, I don't want to manifest that again. I actually want to manifest somebody that does treat me well, and I want to call in somebody that's really good for me. So it's a learning process. So good stuff for you, Twyla. Pebbles, if you're still here, let me know, and I'd love to pull a card for you. And then I think after Pebbles, I'm gonna wrap up. If you guys, though, I'll open it up if you have a specific question about like a specific crystal or a spiritual topic. I'm happy to field that if it's not super specific, and it would kind of help anybody there. Yeah, well, I actually would say that because you have a child, that makes it all the more important that you're making sure that you're pushing people out of your energy field that do not belong, you know, unless the child maybe is with that person or something like that. All the same though, loving ourselves is really what moves miracles in our lives. So by you loving yourself, it's going to help you set clearer boundaries. It's going to help you utilize your throat chakra to speak up for yourself, all those good things. So there is nothing bad that can come out of loving yourself harder. So let's see here. Okay, so Pebbles. What does Pebbles need to know right now? All right, so, okay, awesome, Sandra. So yeah, shoot me an email or message me, and I would love to chat with you about it. Yay, Pebbles. All right, so you got Prince of Autumn, Seahorse, and this one says, it's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. So this is the energy of abundance starting to now flow. You can see the coins are radiating, right? There's another card in this deck, which is Calico Cat, which is like super abundance. This is kind of the card that's like, we're amping up to that level of abundance, but we're starting to get into it, right? You can see that he's got that crown on. This has a little bit of the divine masculine energy in it, because in the animal world, seahorses actually are the ones that can carry the children. It's pretty cool. So this is about really just kind of starting to get into a more detailed plan. Interesting that from romance you got let go of control issues, right? Which says allow this situation to unfold naturally. So, and you can see here that there's like the energy of like the woman with the jug and the child and then the man. And it's sort of like the woman is carrying so much of the weight and the man's like off in the distance kind of just looking at her, right? So what I'm getting is that maybe you're learning how to kind of balance your masculine and feminine energies as it relates to this new project or this new opportunity, which will provide abundance coming in. And I think very much this is really the card you need to focus on, which is that instead of saying, instead of spreading yourself like so scattered, which is common during Gemini season, instead of being like, okay, I have to control this, I have to do that, I have to do this. And I know I was doing this recently because I have a big trip coming up in my life in mid-July where I'll be away for several weeks. It's like amazing, dreams come true kind of stuff. And I have things that I need to, things that I would love to have cut, cords that I would love to have cut before I leave, and it's overwhelming. Like my dog needed attention for things, I was finding myself like totally all up in the control issues, trying to control like, okay, I'm gonna do this and that. And ultimately I had to really surrender and say, okay, well, what needs attention right now? And in my case, it was my dog. So I'm focusing on just that and really just focusing on that. That's the plan. Then I can, once I've kind of gotten that to a more peaceful place, then I can assess from there what's the next course of action. So I feel like that's what the Seahorse card is saying, is that the way for you to experience this abundance and to really follow through with this new endeavor, this new plan, is by taking things step by step and really just, you know, the power of the divine masculine energy is it is projective and it's assertive and it is logical. The divine feminine is the receptive, the inward, the creative energy. So if you find yourself too scatterbrained with ideas and not really taking action, that's when you know you're too much in the feminine energy and you need to kind of dip back into the masculine, if that makes sense. Oh, you're so welcome, Pebbles. Thank you so much. I really receive the love that you shared in that message, and I appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much, Hilma Rose. I so love and receive your message too. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and guys, I'm on this healer website. I mean, I just cannot reinforce it enough. Yeah, so Twyla, I don't actually do free readings beyond the scope of the Facebook Live, but if you're interested in getting a paid reading, you certainly can message me to set that up. But I do want to be clear and, you know, kind of communicate my boundaries that I do not do extended free readings outside of my Facebook Lives. This is the container in which I provide that offering to people, because this is my business and there needs to be an even exchange of energy through money or things like that. So okay, well, just want to check. Well, thanks so much, Pebbles. I so appreciate that. And thank you, Hilma Rose, for your sweet words. Yeah, so I'm on this healer website, and you definitely can get a lot of support by getting that session there. It's a really cool opportunity. And like I said, they could pull the plug on the promotion at any time. So it's a pretty cool deal. All right, so let's see here. I think I'm going to cut off here in terms of free card pulls, but I will open it up. Yes, I will open it up if anybody has just a general question about crystals or chakras or things like that, astrology, etc. But again, I'm not going to go into super specifics. That would be like a separate reading or session with me. But if you have a general question, I'm happy to answer that now. Just going to spray a little bit more. And then I'm probably going to wrap up soon after this because my eyes, I can't wait to take a shower. Aw, thank you so much, Twyla. I'm also speaking about the readings because I unfortunately get a lot of people who they don't really look at the date or the timestamp of when I do these Facebook Lives, and then what happens is they go into the comments and they comment like with like a card, even though the Facebook Live is long gone. This happens to me all the time, so if anybody has creative ideas about how to make it more clear that it's within the Facebook Live and only within the Facebook Live that I'm doing those readings, feel free to let me know. I've tried to do like a caption at the top that specifies the date and a little disclaimer, you know, like this live has ended, etc. But it's something that for some reason people are not quite understanding, so I'm open to ideas about how to help communicate that. All right, well, it looks like we don't really have any questions coming through, so I'm going to close this container. I want to thank all of the archangels, ascended masters, divine light beings, angels both known and unknown to me at this time that were willing and able, thank you Sandra, that were willing and able to assist in this space. I want to thank power animals, totem animals, ascended masters of God's white light that were willing and able to assist in this space. I'm sending blessings to all the people that were on this live as well as those who are watching the replay. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing specific readings for people once this live ends, but please, please, please share it, share the messages, watch the video, because the messages in here are, there's a lot of healing, a lot of tips in here, so you can still receive from what other people had pulled for them by watching and sharing. So thank you so much. My dog's looking at me, he wants some cuddles. So, fairy kisses everyone, have a wonderful night, thanks so much, bye-bye.